Tao Te Ching, 78. Nothing in the world is as soft and yielding as water. Yet for dissolving the hard and inflexible, nothing can surpass it. The soft overcomes the hard. The gentle overcomes the rigid. Everyone knows this is true, but few can put it into practice. Therefore, the master remains serene in the midst of sorrow. Evil cannot enter his heart. Because he has given up helping, he is people's greatest help. True words seem paradoxical. Tao Te Ching, 78. Encouragement along the way. And welcome back on this wonderful day that we find ourselves alive on Earth. This is a video teaching series on the wisdom of the book of the way, the art, mastering the art in the manual for mastering the art of living, the Tao Te Ching, the book of the way. And we're in nature today, y'all. It's a wonderful, beautiful day where I am at. I pray it's a beautiful day where you're at too, and that you can see the beauty in the way nature conducts itself and the way seasons change naturally. The Tao extols the reader to become more like nature. And it says that in nature nothing is rushed, and yet everything is accomplished. So perhaps we could become more like that today. Let's get into Tao Te Ching 78, though. Nothing in the world is as soft and yielding as water. Well, continuing on, yet for dissolving the hard and inflexible, nothing can surpass it. The soft overcomes the hard, the gentle overcomes the rigid. Everyone knows this is true, but few can put it into practice. That's similar to something that Bruce Lee said. Be like water. It can be gas, it can be liquid, it can be solid. It can fill any space that it comes into action with. I love this. We've all seen water break concrete foundation. We've all seen the effects that water can do and how leaks come in through the house. Like little bitty water can do a whole lot of damage. We could learn a lot as beings, as masters in this life. Masters in training. That nothing in the world is as soft and yielding as water. And yet for its being soft and yielding. Yet for dissolving the hard and inflexible, nothing can surpass it. The soft overcomes the hard, the gentle overcomes the rigid. Everyone knows this is true, but few can put it into practice. I wonder, are you able to put this into practice? The Tao Te Ching is a book of self-knowledge and probing and self-mastery. And we are all potentially the master, which is coming up. That's the next part of this Tao. And because you and I are all potentially the master is potentially us, these ways are achievable. You can become like water in its soft and yielding nature and dissolve the hard and inflexible. Simultaneously, it's called Wei Wu Wei. Doing, not doing, being, not being, action, non-action. I've spoken in depth about that in different Taos, but let's continue on with this one. Therefore, the master remains serene in the midst of sorrow. Evil cannot enter his heart. Because he has given up helping, he is people's greatest help. True words seem paradoxical. Well, the master is quite paradoxical. The master has mastered nature, not by controlling or dominating nature, but by becoming nature. The Book of the Way, written by Lao Tzu, the Tao Te Ching, is the only thing we have left of Lao Tzu. We have nothing left of him. He departed into the wilderness, never to be seen again. That's at least how the legend goes. All we have left of him is the Book of the Way. He literally became nature. Like in Star Wars when Luke Skywalker just kind of forms and yields and becomes the Force. At like that temple at the at like the second movie with Rey or something. Anyway, you master nature by becoming nature. We come to our conclusions about life by observing nature, not by anything else. And it is a simpler way. It's kind of like how the hobbits live, actually, is how I'm deducing it. Perhaps I'm way off base, but perhaps not. Perhaps the hobbits in the Shire and the Lord of the Rings really freaking knew what was up. And that's how to live. I do think that we live too complicated lives. I think lives could be more simple, and the Tao proposes more simplicity. Therefore, the Master remains serene in the midst of sorrow, because they are at their center. Evil cannot enter his heart, because nothing can enter his heart, because he lets all things come and go effortlessly. His heart is as open as the sky. And because his heart is as open as the sky, he can let all things come and go effortlessly. I mean, look at the sky. Is it holding on to anything? I think not. In fact, it looks rather open and able to take more. But I digress. Therefore, the Master remains serene in the midst of sorrow. Evil cannot enter his heart. Because he has given up helping, he is people's greatest help. True words seem paradoxical. Because he has given up helping, he is people's greatest help. I love this. Because he has no plan in mind, everything he does succeeds. When nothing is done, nothing is left undone. Nothing is left undone because the doer is transformed wholeheartedly into the deed. The gas has been transformed into pure flame. Simultaneously. Let's read this Tao in its entirety. Nothing in the world is as soft and yielding as water. Yet for dissolving the hard and inflexible, nothing can surpass it. The soft overcomes the hard, the gentle overcomes the rigid. Everyone knows this is true, but few can put it into practice. Therefore, the Master remains serene in the midst of sorrow. Evil cannot enter his heart. Because he has given up helping, he is people's greatest help. True words seem paradoxical. Tao Te Ching 78. Some of these things require deep processing. And, as much as I have come to understand about the Tao, there is much, much depth to it. The deeper you go, the deeper it is. And yet it is simple enough that a child can understand it, much like the gospel. The gospel is simple enough a child can understand it, but the deeper you go, the deeper it gets. I pray that you are having a wonderful day. I pray that you are connecting with nature today and that you are becoming, if not slowly but surely, more and more like nature. Having a more natural life, a more paced life, a more seasonal life. Like nature. In nature, nothing is rushed, and yet everything is accomplished. Nature is not rushed. Hustle culture is not the way. Become like nature. Observe how to live by observing nature and the way things are. That's the message of the Tao. I love you all, and I'll see you guys on the next one. Until then. He lets all things come and go. His heart is as open as the sky. Tao Te Ching 12.